Hello, welcome to my channel. And it's been a couple of weeks since I did a garden video update, and I had my grandson out here last week to help me. He needed some money and I gave him a little bit more than I normally do because he really did help me a lot. I'll show this stuff later in the video. But I came out here just a little while ago and noticed that my tomatoes were suffering. This one in particular, it was very wilted. You can see some of the leaves are still curled, but just the watering just now has brought it back. You can still see some very curled leaves like that. So it hasn't gotten up there yet, but you can see right below it, it's getting there. A couple of days ago, I tied off the vines. I was trying to keep it all inside the cage. And here's the one that I will take to my, that I won't eat. I'll give it to my husband. It's ripe. It just came off just touching it. So all four are loaded, and the cuttings that I took, this is the 3 Black Cherokees that I took suckers off of the mother plant and had them in water for a while, didn't root, stuck them in the ground. Obviously they've rooted. This is quadrupled its size. It's got blooms. And it's doing well. As well as the Italian serpent gourd and buttercup squashes, and the one moringa that I think is a weed behind the Korean pear. Any standing water and you will get mosquito larvae here. So I dumped this, and I found some more planters that I hope to use. I got more stout ollie. The strawberries are not getting very big. Yeah, they were transplanted with blooms and some had strawberries on it, but they are incredible. They're tiny. I mean, they're like hardly as big as, you know, that tip of my pinky, but they are amazing. It's like an explosion of strawberry flavor. So they're just kind of a nice little treat to come out here and get. Let's get you in frame. This container, which I was just doing peas in, only 2 of the peas came up, and I planted 4 cucumber plants and 2 of them came up. These were all old seeds. I don't mind. It's just something to go, and I built this trellis with some cut pieces of hog panel. So that should work out. And at my local Feed and Seed, somebody had brought in a bunch of sweet potato plants. These are the normal orange kind that you get at the grocery store in most places. And the other kind that looks kind of like my Korean sweet potato plants are a purple variety. I think they're red variety called Georgia Red. I have to look back. I can't remember exactly what they were, but I've got 3 of the orange regular kind and 1 of the purple or red kind here. And here I have 3 more of the purple red kind. Those big planters are no longer on sale, and even then I get these totes at auction. Most of them don't have lids, and I'm using them as planters and for other purposes out here. And I thought I'll go ahead and stop, but I can't help myself. I keep getting plants, and there is firewood underneath there, old firewood, that doing sort of a hugelkultur. I know that that's probably not the best way to grow potatoes since they're going to be in the dirt. And it's okay with plants like like the okra and melons and stuff that's above ground mostly, and their root system, you know, for water and nutrients are below, whereas tubers, you know, the harvest is in the root. But I'm giving that a try. That's what I have. I have a bunch more stout ollie bags. I got some more still in the back of the pickup truck. And what I'm going to do, these are the Korean sweet potatoes, which are really what I'm the harvest of. If I had to choose between potatoes, yeah, let me get you set up. If I had to choose between what potatoes to get, this is what I want. And I'm going to I need to move these bricks and cinder blocks, and not going to put firewood underneath heat into these. I'm going to get another container for this vine, but this vine, uh-oh, don't go under there, it's going to go there. And it already is, from the mother plant, probably growing potatoes there. And back there, that one potato I found in the bottom of the planter is back there growing its vines, and hopefully we'll make more tubers. These are all the purple gladiolas that I hope to soon find a place to plant in the ground. And it looked like we didn't lose any of the pecan trees when they dried out in the bucket. We had some 3-digit days for like a week, and then we had rain every day for a week. That was right after we got the pool. So it was like getting the pool. We've had the pool 2 or 3 weeks now, and we've not been able to get into it because whenever we had the time and the weather was right, we couldn't, something came up. And then when we'd had the time and it rained. And my grandson helped me move and clear out this area. The grill used to be here. We moved it, and we still had some more stuff to do, but it just got hot, and we were doing things in stages. You know, as we got thirsty or starting to feel a little overly hot, we went inside and cooled off and did some stuff. He installed shelving for me, slide-out drawers for the deep cabinets I have. And he helped me, went to the auction, and we got 2 tables that wouldn't fit into my little car, and brought that all home. And amazingly, the tire blew out as I was backing up. It just blew out right over there. I thought I hit something. I heard the hiss, and dust flew up from the air being released. The worst of it, I went ahead and backed up to get it out of the way so we can drive our car. But we went a good 40-50 miles into town, and 20-something miles into town, and then back again. And it held out until we got home, so grateful. Something did feel odd. There probably was a bubble or something, but this is an old truck and it drives weird, and I normally don't drive it very far, and not on the highways, but I kept it to 50 and below, thankfully. So happy about that coming out okay. This elephant ear is more than double what it was in the smaller planter that I have got down there behind it, that's growing some jalapenos. So I'm really happy about that. I think these are lovely. And I want beauty as well as practicality. Not beautiful. Maybe I can get my grandson out here again, or my granddaughters maybe. That's in another video. But the okra and Korean melons are doing well. Some of the okra, we had some serious storms, and a lot of people lost powers. We just had a little power blip, and we're good because we have a generator. And since we have a generator, we don't need to lose power because it's not going to affect us. That seems to be the logic. You know, we installed that solar panel at the other place, and we didn't have any power outages more than an hour long. Over there, I don't think 15 minutes. So the okra's doing well. I don't expect them to become like the okras you see on farms, but like I did a couple of years ago. This is a purple variety. And I'm growing the Sprite melons in between the okra plants, as you saw in the other videos. This okra plant was laying down, and this, another one right here. So I've got a couple more of these that I'm just going to do that. And then the melon plants can grow up on them and then grow up on these. The Swiss chard is not doing well. I don't think I planted them deep enough. The lettuce, the salad mix is coming along, and we can actually harvest that, start harvesting some of the little leaves and maybe thin out some of the other plants. The turmeric is doing amazingly well in these. I worried that maybe they needed a little, but no, they're just like, this is working out really well. Did lose one of the red corn plants, and it just disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. The radishes, let's take a look. I hadn't gone in there yet. Look at that. I think I am actually getting some radishes. There's some bulbing going on. Oh no, that one. I probably need to put some dirt underneath there. And then we got the turnips. None of them are creating turnips, but here's some nice greens that I'm going to come and thin this out and cook the greens. The Brussels sprouts are doing well. And the turnips I transplanted, these are just regular gladiolas. I need to put them somewhere else, but these are supposed to be for a cut garden to put, you know, inside. The watermelon with the turnips around it. I pulled the vines over this way. And that over here is the spaghetti squash. So that one is definitely coming up. I got it to go up that one. There's some bulbing or flowering going on here, so, and down there on all three plants. So that's exciting. These eggs have been out, and they're going to go into the containers that I'm going to put the potatoes and other stuff into. So, and I have got even more than this inside. That's going to, I've decided anything that's really dirty, and after rains they're dirty, I'm not going to bother trying to wash or scrape off or anything. They're just going to go into the garden. And the flowers. I definitely had the dahlias and the lilies backwards. Those are the lilies. They should be getting taller, but I planted them late. These are the dahlias. And the gladiolas are supposed to be taller than those, but it's kind of all messed up. I still have okra growing back there. And I can't wait to get my first dahlia. I've never grown this before. And back to the tomatoes. You can see all the tomatoes. That's the first plant there is the cherry, black cherry. I'm saying it wrong, I know it. It's Cherokee purple. I knew, I was like, what am I? And black creme is the next one, and it's it also had dried out, and it's recovering. Okay, I'm doing this very poorly. Sorry, folks. They don't look like they're going to be pretty tomatoes, but I'm interested to see what they are. But you see how it's starting to come back, and I think they do better if I just dump water in there, just like from a bucket. So I know that I'm getting a lot in there. And I don't know if you can see down in there, those stone looking things, those are some puff mushrooms somehow got in there. But we got a whole bunch more of the yellow pear and chocolate sprinkles are over there. So I'm excited, and we've got that one hasn't gotten very big yet, not like the other container. And that one doesn't have any hugel culture, no logs or anything in it. And I also didn't freshen up that soil. So it's just soil that previously grew peppermint in it. And this is spearmint, it's doing well. I just love the smell of it. I need to get some rosemary out here so I can enjoy my rosemary stuff. And then the perilla. We've been harvesting as we need to, just coming out here and combining the two leaves together. These by themselves are not all that great. And the jalapenos, I've got some jalapenos over there with the Korean peppers, Korean potatoes, and another jalapeno down there, but I got 3 here. And I'm pretty sure, no I'm not. I'm not pretty sure if that's the commercial variety or wild variety of purslane, but I've got them in several of the containers, and I plan on just harvesting some when I weed them out. Item, I got this recently, and it's so nice because you can flip it over, and I can get on my knees and then use my hands and arms to get myself back up. I'm having some issues with my back, which is causing issues with my legs. So people, take care of yourself when you're younger, and it will make your life so much easier when you're older. So I've been dealing with something for the last 5 days or so, and it's not been painful, but it's just I would lose control of my right leg. It would just go out from underneath me, which is not a way to walk around, that you could just fall and be grabbing onto stuff while you're walking. So I even used a cane yesterday, and that did help a lot, especially getting out of the car. Gave me something to put my weight on and not put it on my right leg, which is tends to be the worst after I've been sitting for a while. But I'll get that taken care of soon, if not today. And I'm really enjoying my garden. This is better than nothing. And yeah, that looks awful. I try to blank that part out, and I just look at the plants and where the things that I've cleaned, and not, to either side. If I go too far, it's not pretty. But this is life. I sometimes wonder, I'm watching these videos and I'm just, oh my God, that place is so gorgeous. How do y'all maintain it to be like that? Is stuff off camera, hidden away, or did y'all clean up right before you did the video? Some of y'all, I'm sure, have it that way. Y'all got it set up. This is new, and it's expanding, and I always tend to be chaotic in my creativity. If that's an excuse, I need to quit using it. I'm trying to get better about it. I've got so many projects, and this one, the chickens in the garden don't allow me to just put it away like my spare bedroom. I just kind of let things go in there, and I go in there and I grab a 15 minutes trying to clean up and get something organized, because I got to find something, and then things get a little bit better, and then I got to move stuff around to get to something else, and then it's back to chaotic. Anyway, y'all feel me? Y'all do that? Anyone else like that? Or am I just bad? Thanks for joining me. Be a blessing and be blessed.